Friends, today we are going to talk about Bihar elections. I would say Bihar elections are as important as elections in the United States of America. The eyes are set whether Trump is going to come back, because Trump is supposed to be the expression of right-wing politics in America. Now, in India, we don't say that there's a right-wing politics is happening instead, because the word which we use in India is the conservative politics, or we say the right-of-center type of politics. So there is the right of America is not comparable with the right of India, but the fact of the matter is election in Bihar is as important as the election which is going to take place in America. In America, it's going to decide the way world politics is influenced by the most powerful democracy, and India is the biggest and the most populous democracy. And elections in Bihar will decide how people see Narendra Modi, how people see Amit Shah, how people see opposition, the future of Rahul Gandhi. So they are a very important elections in their own right. I wouldn't say that Bihar is equal to United States of America, but in no way Bihar's importance can be dismissed. Now, for example, lakhs and lakhs of hand gloves will be distributed, 7 lakhs hand sanitizer will be distributed. Election is going to take place in 3 phases. 46 lakh masks will be distributed. 6 lakh PPE kits would be distributed. 6.7 lakh face shields would be distributed. Results would come on 10th November. But the most important part of this election, I would say, is that the number of booths have been increased. In 2015, there were 65,337,000 booths. Now, this time there are 1 lakh booth, which means 1,000 voters will have only 1 booth. So this is done to increase social distancing. This is to ensure that COVID-19 as an infection does not spread during the campaigning. Now, the campaigning, 80% of it would be virtual. I'm not saying that the people are not going to defy the rules, but the thrust would be virtual campaigning. For any physical campaigning, people will come and actually see the ground. COVID-19 patients will have the right to vote. They will not be disenfranchised. There is a mechanism which has been put in place by the government. Now, these are the statistics. Like, for example, the voting will take place in 3 parts. One will be in October and the 2 phases will be in November. But I would say the most important part here is that these elections are taking place at the time of COVID-19 and opposition taking up the issues of Farm Bill. Now, whether Farm Bill will turn into another dud missile like Rafale, the people of Bihar will decide. People of Bihar will decide the fate of Chirag Paswan, who has been making comments against Nitish Kumar. People of Bihar will decide the fate of opposition politics, whether opposition will continue to be fragmented or will they be able to come up with a challenge the way they did in 2015. The people of Bihar will also decide the future of BJP's politics. If BJP, despite COVID-19 failure, despite farm protest, can come up with a handsome majority with Nitish Kumar, it will prove one thing. You have a face in a state, you have a good organization, you will be unbeatable. This will also have a reflection on Rahul Gandhi, who is trying to make a comeback in January, so it will be a big debacle, though Congress has not been in power in the state for more than 35 years. So the elections are important for every Indian. One, because it's a challenge to hold elections in COVID-19. Second, it will have a telling on the government. If the government does well, it means that the Modi has been able to defeat the biggest problem he has confronted after demonetization GST, which is the contraction of Indian economy, which is the problem of unemployment, and now the farming protest. Now, if Modi is able to defeat all these 3 things, it will go on to show that opposition politics can only revive if there's a new leader, maybe a new party, maybe a conglomeration of different parties. But in the present avatar, if BJP and Nitish rests Bihar, then it goes on to show that the BJP is invincible. But if there is a split mandate, or if there is a fractured mandate like Jharkhand, where JMM and Congress form power, or like Haryana, where BJP had to take support from a regional party, then it will go on to show that states are continuing to behave and vote differently from national elections. So jury is still out on this issue as to what is going to happen. But this is our first part in this series, the first update. There will be more. Stay with us. I'm Kartikeya Sharma, signing out for WION.